Pedro Ferrer told me that he came from a very wealthy, politically powerful Dominican family, and that his father, a Mr. Rogue, was a banker in Puerto Rico. Pedro dressed impeccably. The brokest niggas do. They call that, the young people call that bum dick. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue reading Mary Wilson's Supreme Faith. I don't know what the cover is, but you know what we read. So let me apologize in advance because the boys are right here in my lap. The little one just got neutered. So if you hear some snoring, just know that the Hines brothers wore each other out from practice all this morning. So they're finally taking a rest, okay? Do not charge this snoring to my video. Those of you who've been around a long while, y'all know that, y'all know about the day. I couldn't believe any gentleman could be so forward. I was turned off, but somehow fascinated too. Ooh, he sounds like a Sagittarian man. That's what they do, girl. They grab what they want. I'm gonna have to Google that. For one of the first times in my life, I decided to take a chance. And as I wrote in my diary several days later, he took me out, and that was it. We've been together ever since. It was the beginning of a dream romance, except for one hitch. I had just started dating a wonderful man named Freddie, and I could see that for him, the relationship was becoming serious. Here I'd gone all year worried because I had no one in my life, and now I had two men. Freddie was stable, sincere, and not in show business. I met him in New Orleans, and we hit it off very well. He had visited me in Los Angeles, and Willie seemed to like him too. We met in Puerto Rico to discuss our future. He was very anxious for me to decide one way or the other. So you didn't turn down Flippity Wilson. That eligible motherfucker. And now you done turned down this dude, Freddie? Freddie and I enjoyed being together, but I wasn't sure it would work out. We were on different levels financially and from different social worlds. I explained to him that my career was taking up all my time and energy. He was understanding but hurt. As he left Puerto Rico, he warned me that someday I'd wake up all alone. It was something I'd thought about often myself and feared. Pedro Ferrer told me that he came from a very wealthy, politically powerful Dominican family, and that his father, a Mr. Rogue, was a banker in Puerto Rico. Pedro dressed impeccably. The brokest niggas do. They call that, the young people call that bum dick. Pedro dressed impeccably and was intelligent and articulate. All the friends he introduced me to were obviously from privileged backgrounds. Pedro grew up and was educated with children from the rich ruling class. He was a model child, incredibly bright and well-adjusted, an excellent scholar. Pedro had an IQ of 150 and a burning ambition to make something of himself. I had never known anyone quite like this. The next couple weeks, Pedro and I were together almost 24 hours a day. I thought I was fairly sophisticated when it came to men, but a total stranger was sweeping me off my feet. Girl, you believe everything this nigga say? I mean, she still is young. She 29, she still is young, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been gooped before. Okay, a ninja done told me some lies, girl, and I done fell for it, child. I thought I was fairly sophisticated when it came to men, but a total stranger was sweeping me off my feet. Several years later, I realized that the only men I really understood were entertainers and married men. Other men were a great mystery to me, and I was far more naive about them and their motives than I knew. So dig this. Because I had messed with women for so long, baby, when I started back messing with ninjas before I married my wife, that's right, Lulu, it was terrible. I was being taken advantage of left and right. Not that they didn't treat me fairly. It was, I just didn't realize that the men in the Tyler Perry movies were real. That's how naive I was. But then, I said, fuck this, I'm going back to bitches. Not that women are any better, because they're not. Put it this way. I wanted to be fair to men. I didn't want to go in with a negative mind. So I kind of let them get away with things that I shouldn't have, because I really didn't understand the dynamic of a male-female relationship. I just didn't know. I thought that, because it's a man, this is what is supposed to happen, So anyway, I'm not saying that all men are bad. I'm just saying what worked for me. All right, because there's people out there, it's a dude who made a video about me that said that I lied about an experience that I had with a dude because I'm a man hater. That's not true. I'm not a man hater. I went out with a guy and his fucking pregnant wife showed up. So I told the story. He thought I was lying about the story. I'm not lying. That nigga wife showed up and almost wrecked her ass in that restaurant. Okay, because she called me a bitch to my face. The fling was so strangely wonderful, right out of a romance novel. Having always read fairy tales as a child, me too. I suppose I was always waiting for my knight to carry me away on his white steed. Me too. The entire time I spent in Puerto Rico was pure ecstasy. Pedro drove me all over the island, impressing me with his knowledge of its culture and history. During one of our excursions, he pointed out a gorgeous, expansive home and said, "My uncle lives there." Yeah. Her 20s. He stopped the car, got out, and talked to the gardener who seemed to know him. Yet Pedro never rang the doorbell or attempted to introduce me to his uncle. Red flag. We were inseparable. He took me to the airport, and as he held me, I felt my heart break. Let me tell you what this reminded me of, okay? So back in the 80s, let me tell you what ninjas used to do. It was ninjas out there that was spending money, but it was also ninjas out there that were tricking women. You know what I'm saying? Tricking women into believing that these dudes is about to spend a guap on you. Meaning that some of these dudes would just have you around and just keep flashing money. So in your mind, he got money. Number one, he's flashing the same $10,000 that he been flashing for the past 6 months. Number two, when y'all go shopping, he ain't spending nothing on you. Nothing. He's going shopping, but not for you. He's buying stuff in front of you, like you're hanging around just in case he decide to, pick you up a little something too. But for real, y'all shopping. He flashing all his money, but the only time he's spending it is on him, never for you. It's called trickery. And right now, in this section of the book, we got us. We can see that goddamn Pedro was full of shit. Falling in love with Pedro made me so happy, but I still had the group to deal with. Charlie Atkins had been Motown's staff choreographer since the early days. Although his dance steps are an integral part of the Motown style, he had lived a whole life before coming to the label and never considered himself part of Motown like I did. Charlie was in his 50s by then, and over the years had become something of an uncle to me. He was hip to everything and didn't say too much. But when he did, I listened. I could always count on him. After I told him of our problems and of how we had little money to hire people, he agreed to come with us for our next dates in Puerto Rico. We were rehearsing one day when Charlie said, "Look, baby," he always called me baby, when about to offer some fatherly advice. "People are starting to talk about you. Linda's saying she's too bossy and outspoken. Now you know you're the leader of the group. You've got to take charge." "Okay, Charlie, I will," I replied. "But I don't want the girls to feel I'm too bossy. Murray, you know that if you don't start acting like the boss, they will take over." He was right. When I recalled how I felt when Diane threw her weight around, I cringed, but I knew that I had to do it. I looked forward to our upcoming month-long tour of England, on which I planned to take Willie. I was home so rarely these days because of the Supreme's hectic schedule that I wanted badly to spend more time with him, even if it was on the road. Willie was the one thing in my life that was truly real. I liked taking my son overseas and exposing him to different cultures. England is my second home, and I had so many friends there that it wasn't long before the phone was ringing off the hook. David Frost invited me to join him for drinks. He was off to the Middle East and offered to bring me back some exquisite silk. We had a great time together catching up on the latest news. The press reported that David and Diane Carroll had broken up and that he and I were dating. Really, it was only one date. Hardly the big romance columnists tried to make it. After that, however, we did see each other briefly. So this is crazy to me because it sounds like she's still in a relationship, or she's still like mentally attracted to, or physically, because we don't know if she hunching the man Pedro. She leading, what's the dude named Freddie on, but she done told Freddie he ain't good enough because, I don't know, he don't make enough money for her, and on top of that, they ain't in the same social class. I don't know. You're going to find out the hard way that you and Pedro ain't in the same social class either, but let's pick that up and put that over there. What I'm hearing from this is that you had drinks with Diane Carroll, Diane Claudine Carroll, boyfriend or husband, whatever Mr. David Frost was to Diane Carroll, and you saying at the time y'all just had drinks, but you all weren't together. But eventually you all did get together. That'd be full of shit to me. Like, pause. I know you like, nay, I'm talking a lot. It's okay. It's me. So anyway, part of the reason why I broke up with one of my girlfriends, this Black Beauty. When I baby, when she smiled, it was like letting the sunshine in. The Black Beauty was hanging around this girl. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing hanging around this girl? Me and you altogether. Oh, she just my friend. How's that your friend when she like 10 years younger than you? How that even work out? Or 8 years younger than you? She's still a teenager. I'm lost. She's just a friend, Nay. I'm just a friend. We just blah, blah, blah. And then lo and behold, after me and her finalized the breakup, because I'm telling you, that's a problem to me that you hanging around that. Okay? But you continue to hang around with that. Okay? And Black Beauty wouldn't stop hanging around with that. So 6 months later, after I finalized the breakup, her, Black Beauty, and Holly Hobby are together. I don't know how to feel when a person be like, oh, we just got together and had drinks. There had to be some kind of attraction there for you two to eventually get together down the line. Am I wrong? Because I feel like, Murray Wilson, she loved another woman's man. So, Diane Claudine Carroll ain't the type to whoop a bitch ass. So, Fortunately, there weren't enough hours in a day for me or for Willie. And as if I didn't have enough on my plate, one morning at 5, Pedro called, waking me. Murray, guess what? I'm coming to England to see you. I almost dropped the phone. I protested, but he was so pushy. It annoyed me. I'll be there on the 3rd. And could you also make hotel reservations for some friends of mine? Sure, I answered, uncertainly. So give me a kiss, he said. When I didn't comply right away, he hung up on me for not giving him a kiss. I felt like I was being dragged away on a wild adventure. First of all, if I'm making reservations, that means that I'm paying. Wake up, bitch. Wake up. He's spending your money, bitch. He looking at your money, and I know in her mind, she's so naive. We so naive. She thinking, oh, he's rich and powerful. I'll get that money back. No, you let him show you that first. If he's rich and powerful, he can make his own reservations for his own friends. Okay? Not on your dime. You hear me? Not on your dime, girl. He is about to wear them pockets out, child. He gonna burn them pockets up. It's signs. Pay attention, girl.